Everyone. Welcome. This is Coach Toyin. How are you today? Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're having a great time and getting ready for the long holiday. Okay. Today I'm diving into kind of a summary of an article that I released yesterday. So I like to speak about it and share more about it. And then, whenever I write, I'll give summary. And then when I speak, I can go deeper, right? So I really enjoy this type of format where you can ask questions, you can engage, you can comment. So this is kind of like a session type of format that I really do enjoy. So welcome everyone. Let me know where you're joining from. If this is your first time, welcome to my corner, my space. I really appreciate that you're here and you're about to spend an incredible, meaningful time with me and others as well. And if you're team replay or your team, community, you've been here before, welcome back. Drop your name, drop your comments. Let me know where you're joining from, your city, state, country. I know we have a global community as well. Okay, so today's topic is going to be really juicy, right? Making money is easy, but, right? So, what's happening is that as I've trained entrepreneurs from around the world, last year I had this opportunity to run a program to design an entrepreneurship and export program for United Nations. And it gave me the opportunity of training entrepreneurs from 38 nations. Okay. Trust me, the submissions, the ideas, the review process of going through applications from 50 countries. So we had applications from 50 countries, and then the selection of the people I trained brought it down to 38 countries. Okay. So what I'm sharing and the things I teach in my school, they're quite universal, right? They're quite universal, meaning entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur anywhere in the world, the philosophy behind it, the mindset, when it comes to wealth creation, education, is universal. In fact, this tends to govern, right, regions of the world that economically performs better because the economy is driven by human activities, right? Humans drive economic development, economic activities, economic transaction. Commerce is driven by people. Okay? Commerce is driven by people. And when people have the knowledge of commerce and business structuring, business processes, and transactions and production, commerce will be the right, commerce will go higher, it will increase. So when you think about GDP, so I'm going to mix a lot of topics here because when it comes to economic development, global trade, entrepreneurship development, on and on, they are all connected, right? So at the national level, whether I'm engaging with government, we tend to talk about economic development. But on the streets, like streets of social media, when I'm training entrepreneurs, right? It's personal economics. It's personal economics, right? And they're all connected. Your daily activities in your city, in your state, in your nation drives GDP, right? Commerce. You drive local commerce. The aggregation of commerce, right, is then measured by the government. When it also comes to money, right, there are monetary policies, but the flow of money, the printing of money into the economy, to pump it into the economy to support human transactions, commerce, that's the role of the government. Everything is connected, right? The government has a role to play. People, you and I, we have roles to play if we want to participate in the economy, whether it's regional, local, or international economy. Okay, I'm laying the foundation for today's topic. So, welcome everyone. Tell your friends to pull up. Again, we go deep. So, everything is connected. So, when I say it's easy to make money, but the reality is that the but is the processes and the structures that will help you and I participate is difficult to build. So you can say swimming is easy, golfing is easy, basketball is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy if you know how to do it. If you've trained yourself to master the skills, everything becomes easy. And if you don't train yourself how to swim, you don't train yourself how to play basketball, you don't train yourself how to play golf, it will be very, very difficult. If you jump into the ocean before you've learned how to swim, you will suffer. This is the mindset I want people to understand. In my book, Mindset of an Entrepreneur, the very first chapter in my book, I said it takes skills. It takes skills. Making money is easy, swimming is easy, basketball is everything is easy. Soccer is easy in the right hands, in the right legs. Basketball in the right hands, easy. Soccer game in the right feet or foot, easy. You just see them moving around the field, like dribbling here and there, effortlessly. You see, those who have mastered businesses, you just see them smiling, making money, sleeping, doing effortless. Before they get there, though, how did they get there? That's what people are not talking about. So, as a business coach, as a business trainer, sales trainer, I tend to call my clients and students out. Discipline yourself to study, right? To study what is required to achieve all the success, financial success you want. The discipline of learning. Okay? The discipline of learning. You see, the traditional education system made you learn how to become an employee. You disciplined yourself to learn how to become an employee, to get a job, to write your resume. You disciplined yourself for 20 years to get a degree. That degree gets you a job. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a business owner, and you're not ready to discipline yourself to become a student of that profession, you get what you get. You want to swim, you don't want to learn how to swim. You want to play basketball, you don't want. So I see this behavior, lack of understanding. I see it a whole lot, particularly for those entering the business world newly, particularly from entrepreneurship, employee mindset. They come into it with some form of, oh, easy breezy, it's easy. Let me come in. And then few months, few years later, people get really disappointed. Why? If you conduct an autopsy, you find what I'm talking about. Lack of knowledge, ignorance is expensive when we attempt things we've not trained ourselves to perform. So, what does it take to achieve success, right? Because the business structure, from a philosophical standpoint, right? A business, right, are the processes and structures you put in place to collect the money you want to collect effortlessly. Okay? A business is a structure. That's why you have to register it, right? That's why you have to build processes, build systems, build structures, design. That's why you talk about business development, on and on and on. There are certain things you have to do to put the right structures in place. It's like a building that will help you collect it. The transaction, right? The transaction, your ability to bring into the marketplace products and services, and then from the marketplace extract financial reward. That transaction, that exchange, the structures and processes that will allow you to do it in a sustainable way. Building that structure is what is difficult. Okay? Building the right structure is where work is. And in order to build it, you need, right, advanced skills, advanced knowledge. You have to build superior strategies, and you need the right mindset. You need the right mindset, because wealth creation is a philosophy, it's a belief system. Wealth creation is a belief system, it's a way of thinking, a way of believing, being, right? A way of behavior, right? Specific actions and steps. It's a belief system. You have to think a certain way. You have to believe certain things. Let me just give you an example. There's a certain type of confidence you must embrace. You know why? Nobody is going to do business with you if they don't believe that you know what you're doing. So if you are not confident in whatever it is you're trying to present to the world, listen, everybody will just be like, you're not ready. Lack of confidence is one of those things that stops people right? So there's a belief, it's a belief system, it's a mindset, right? There's certain ways you must show up, right? You must embrace some form of positivity, certain emotions, emotional management, energy management, right? For you to do it well, because your clients and customers have specific requirements of you before they reward you. Before people come and buy whatever it is you want to sell, right? They have to understand what you believe, what it is you're selling, who you claim to be, and they have to agree with you. And so I see a lot of struggle. I see a whole lot of struggle. That's why I created my school, the Entrepreneurs Academy, toyinumersery.academy. Because the question is, how are you going to learn everything we need to learn to be able to do everything we need to do, to be able to achieve everything we want to achieve? And there are different ways of learning. Okay? There are different ways you can learn. Okay? And there are pros and cons to the choices you make. You have the right to choose. That you will not learn, that's a lie. You will learn. The question is, how are you going to learn? The first one would be do it yourself, DIY. Attempt it without investigating or interrogating prior knowledge of other people. Don't read any book. Don't ask anybody any question. Just go in and try your luck. Right? You have an idea. You think it's going to be able to happen this. You believe, you're seeing this, you're seeing that. You just jump in. No questions asked, no books read, no experts. You don't talk to anybody. You just start on your own. Very soon you will learn what you know and what you don't know by the results you see, right? So one approach of learning is on the job, as you attempt to do it with your own level of current knowledge and understanding, right? So when you come in, you have near zero knowledge, near zero skill, near zero relationship expertise resources to go after what you want to go. You go in not increasing knowledge, not increasing skills, not increasing capacity. You go in with limitation. When you attempt to do things you are not equipped to do, very soon you receive feedback. Like if you're trying to cut down a tree and your axe is not sharp, very soon as you're cutting it out, you will see the feedback will be, ouch, this is not as easy as I thought. So that's one approach of learning. One approach of learning is by attempting without interrogating or investigating or investing in prior knowledge. What happens is there's always a price to pay. The price typically is emotional. The emotion, right? The roller coaster of emotions, the frustration, the stress, the chaos, the confusion that people encounter when they don't ask questions. That's the cost. That's the price. So it's pro and con. If you attempt it with limited knowledge, limited skills, limited this, you think you're saving money, but trust me, you will pay with your emotion. Confusion, these, that, it. I don't have to list all those things out that people come like, Toyin, can't sleep, these, I don't know where to start, this, all of that. That's the price you pay for not asking questions. So ignorance comes with a price. It does. Not knowing what we ought to be doing. Like if you jump into the ocean, you want to swim, and you didn't learn how to swim, the cost of not knowing how to swim is the chaos you encounter, the struggle of survival, the pain. That's the price for not learning. So when people don't learn, they think it's easy not to learn, that they're saving whatever they think they're saving. But either way, you will still pay. It may not be money, it may be emotional instability, stress, all of those. So there's a price people then pay with emotional instability. That's one way of learning. The other way of learning is to study on your own. I'll give you 3 ways of learning. So there's one you did not like, listen, you feel you know everything, you go at it, right? The second way of learning is to acknowledge that you need to learn, and then for you to do self learning, right? Go at it, buy books, go to the library, go for things like be more observant, become a student of life. Like train yourself to learn. Right? Right? Go on Amazon, buy books, be doing YouTube university. Like pursue, be asking around by yourself, right? Self learning. Become a student and be asking as many people as you can questions. That's another approach. Okay? That approach, we humble ourselves to learn. There's a pro, at least you're gathering information. The con is how long will you take you? And there's another type of what I call information indigestion. Is that if you're eating from everywhere, learning from every person, whatever you gather, you still have to synthesize and make sense of it. So somebody will tell you sales is this. Okay. Another person will do this. Another person will say, this is how I did it. Soon, 100 people will tell you 100 ways of sales. You now have to decide, okay, which one am I going to try? So there's another level of confusion people encounter because they are attempting to learn by themselves and they are learning from everybody, and everybody is telling them 100 ways of doing the same thing, and now there's confusion of which one is the right way. That's the con of learning by yourself, going out there, accessing random information, on like going from place to place to place, listening to everybody, not realizing everybody has their own roadmap. So instead of going from, say, Chicago to California, 100 people gave you 100 ways to get from point A to point B. The question is, which one is the shortest distance, fastest way, safest way to get you there? That's, you now have to do the work of synthesizing and extracting meaningful, actionable data from everything you're gathering. So that's another way of learning. So I've shared two. One way is don't even learn, just be doing whatever you can do. Jump into the ocean, start swimming without learning how to swim. That's one approach. Pro and con. That's its own con. You will pay for it emotionally. Second is, okay, now now you acknowledge I need to learn, and you embark on learning by yourself. You want to train yourself how to swim by reading books. You want to train yourself how to fish by yourself. You don't want, right? It will take longer. You will read a lot of things. They might likely confuse you because it's like eating from 10 tables. Indigestion, meaning you're not really able to then digest and make sense of what exactly you need to do. So what usually happens, you find people perpetually consuming content but not able to take action. Have you seen that before? Right? They go a whole year consuming content. A year goes by. What have you built? What have you done? What actions have you taken? They've not taken any action, but they're saying, oh, I'm still gathering more. I'm still trying to learn. Oh, I'm following you. I'm following you. Oh, yes, I'm watching your content. Oh, yes, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. So you get into this perpetual learning mode, but you're not able to take action because, trust me, the more you consume without taking action, the more confused people get to. That's the con. And you see that. That's what's driving a lot of content. If all you're doing is consuming content and you're not building, you're not applying the knowledge, is because, listen, 10 steps, confusion, 100 people telling you this is what you do. Then tomorrow you wake up, another person disrupts you, tell you it's the other thing. Then you listen to another person, then the person, no, that person is wrong. That person is wrong. I am right. And it's okay, you are right. You listen to them again, and another person say, no, they are all wrong. They are all wrong. I am the globe. You see, that's the confusion, right? People don't have direction, right? Because there's confusion, right? This confusion is, there might be 100 things you know you need to do, but you don't know which one will lead you to the destination you want to go to. So now you are exploring 100 ways. 100 ways, and now you're like, right? So people get stuck at the fork in the road because there's no direction. Okay? Now, the third way of learning is the one I recommend is to pick your teacher, pick your coach, pick your mentor, pick someone who you believe have the capacity that where they've arrived, they can lead you to it. Pick a teacher. This is the same thing schools will do. For each subject, a teacher. And that teacher is responsible for guiding you step by step by step on their own methodology, and you are more focused, right? And you're not distracted. And if you follow their process, you will arrive where they tell you you arrive. That's the easiest, simplest way to learn. Okay, you learn in peace and calm, following a teacher, following a master. One, not 100. Because there are thousands and millions of ways of building a business. Trust me. Do you really have to learn all the ways, or you need your own way? When you want to go on a road, on a trip, imagine if you go to the map app and the map spits out 100 and say pick whatever you want. You'll be confused. What the map would do would ask you specific question: shortest distance, all right, or fastest route. It will give you 2 or 3 options. You then have to decide, okay, shortest distance. Once you select shortest distance, it will tell you turn right or left. This is what you follow. If you follow the map, you will arrive safely. If you don't follow the map and somebody else is leading you somewhere, you've gone off the rail. So the third approach is what I recommend personally. Pick your teacher quickly. Pick your teacher quickly. For the subject you want to master, pick someone. It's the fastest way of learning. If you want to learn how to fish, instead of going to 1,000 fishermen, pick a master fisherman. Stay with that master fisherman. Let them teach you all that they know. You will gain the skill faster. You know, we talk about apprenticeship in skills development. Why are you saying 100 people should teach you how to nail? Let's say you want to learn how to use an hammer, and you're now asking 100 people to teach you. Your hands will be shaking. You miss it. It's like how many cooks in the kitchen of your mind? Confusion. Pick the chef that will teach you how to cook spaghetti. Get their menu, get their recipe, trust them, and listen to them and follow them. That's what I recommend. But as long as you're eating here, eating there, eating here, eating here, eating here, people are not moving. They think they're making progress. You're burning energy, using your time. But the question is, ask yourself this question: how far have you gone with that behavior, with that mindset, with that approach? What has it done for you? Right? I'm just breaking this thing down because I challenge those who follow me, I challenge my students. Listen, quiet yourself. Go into the mode of learning. Do this work. Do this work will build your brand, design your marketing plan. I give you everything I do, I teach you. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Lay the right foundation, and then you can build on the right foundation. But if you're here, you're there, you're not paying attention, you're just scrolling, you see something, you're just, the human mind cannot be developed with this approach that people are just everywhere. Social media is great because it can connect you to people and resources. But the downside is that you see everything and it leads to confusion. You don't even know who to listen to, who is telling you the right thing. And do you know what I've also seen? And this is something to watch out for. Every single person you're going to encounter on social media would only give you, right, the top, the minimal side of their knowledge. That's by design. Okay? By design, The depths, the people who build multi-million dollar businesses, they don't build it with the knowledge they're collecting on social media. They go into programs where they can get the full depths. You see, when you're digging for riches, you're digging for gold, you're digging for diamond, the best things in life, you will find stones on the surface. That's what you're going to find on social media. Stones, surface. See, listen, my PowerPoints are not here. My workbooks are not here. My school is not here. I'm engaging, trying to help you make the right decision. The myths of my classes and courses, you won't find them here. You will find highlights, you find insight. I share more than most people will share, but I'm also telling you, the people who want to learn, you will have to carve out time and space for deep learning. The best things, gold, diamond, you dig deeper. Anybody that doesn't want to dig deeper will stay at the surface, and you get what everybody else is getting. And trust me, let me also give you this insight. Before social media, the things that people are putting on social media today, remember that this is knowledge that they've been keeping for generations. Before 2020, this knowledge that you're just encountering on YouTube, this is the highlight of what people have been using to build multi-billion dollar businesses. I served as a strategist for Fortune 1. Okay, the biggest company in the world. I'm trying to tell you all the things you are now just being exposed to. This information knowledge, people have been hiding it and using it 20, 30 years ago. Sales is not a new concept. Marketing is not a new concept. Branding is not a new concept. But companies have been branding, marketing, and selling for hundreds of years. But they've been keeping this wealth creation secret. And I'm still saying they're still keeping more. They are keeping more. We are keeping more. We are keeping more only for the people who are ready to dig with their money. I'm being very direct. Listen, your relationship, if you want to hear the truth, I'll tell you. You now have to, the question now is, what would you do with the truth? When you know the truth, you may not like it. What would you do with the truth? And I'm saying I've studied economic development, economic prosperity, wealth creation all around the world. The biggest differentiator is a knowledge gap. What you know and what you do will determine, right, whether your country, your nation, you will be able to build wealth. If you know what they know and you do what they do, it's a philosophy. You achieve what they are achieving. Simple. If you sow, sowing and reaping, that principle, it doesn't matter who is holding the seed in their hand. If the ground is right, your seed is right, you know what to do, that seed will be activated. The seed of your idea, your business idea, right? Ideas are abundant in every human. But if you don't know what to do with your idea, if you don't know how to plant it, if you don't apply the right mindset, principles to plant it in the right seed, in the right market, to discipline yourself, to build the right structures, to invest in it, you won't see the fruit that is inside that tree. So there is knowledge involved, there's mindset involved, there's skills involved. And so what I see is that those who want to bypass the process of learning, they've excluded themselves from being able to do this thing. Because again, the things you're now just seeing, people posting on YouTube, realize that those things were done in private spaces. You see people that are sitting down taking notes, right? They just showed you 5 minutes clip. But who got the most out of that class is the person in the class remotely, right? That's how it's always been done, behind the scenes, privately. It's just now that post-COVID, when everybody had to go online, you can now see clips of things people have been doing in private rooms for years. All those businesses you see, right, on the stock market, 500, right, Fortune 500. I served as strategist for Fortune 1, right? The design, strategic design, all of design thinking, all of the things, this business structuring, right? For me, certified SAP consultant, all the systems structuring, integrated systems, multi-million dollar systems that have been designed for the biggest brands in the world. Nobody comes online and starts showing you how they built their business, how they make their money, how they built $1 billion business. No, they invest in it. They hire the best people behind the scenes privately. Everybody's figuring it out. So if you don't do what you need to do to figure your own out, and you're just staying on social media and saying, "Oh, teach me," you get what you get. What you don't invest in, you get what you get. You get what everybody's getting, right? And here's what you also need to realize. At some point, what is common, right? Everything on social media is common to everybody. It means you're going to be able to achieve what is common. If you want what is not common, you have to do something that not everybody's doing, which is invest. What most people do not do is to invest. This is what differentiates, top 10% and everybody else. Everybody else that feels they're entitled. Yeah. If you feel entitled, you're always entitled to common knowledge, common education, anything that is available to everybody. You will, right? But trust me, if all you're accessing is what everybody else can access, you can only do what everybody else can do. But I'm telling you, people who are doing exceptional, they're separating themselves. They're going for webinars, they're going for workshops, they're flying for deep dive one-on-one sessions with the most brilliant people in the world. They're investing in coaching, they're investing in classes, and soon enough, you see them achieve exceptional results. That's how this thing is, right? That's how it is. So whether we like it or not, I have seen this over and over again. Whether I'm talking to a government official or an individual, everything is back to what can you commit to, right? And trust me, money is not even what it's the least. If I tell you that if you spend this amount, you become a millionaire tomorrow, won't you spend it? You spend it. But there's so much more. There's your own focus, there's your own mindset, there's your own belief system, there's your own skills that you have to develop that money will not. You want to lose weight, you can pay. But trust me, if you don't go on the gym, if you don't discipline yourself, if you don't show up, the results will not appear. Wealth creation is the same way. That's why in my school, we cover 360 human development framework, right? There's technical skills, right? IQ. You will learn the technical skills for business development. There's emotional skills. Trust me, sales, marketing, branding is tied to emotional intelligence. You will learn spiritual psychology, energy management, right? Personal development, time management, all of these principles, because ultimately you are the force behind anything you want to do in life. Okay? So your own ideas, you are your own hero and you're here, you're on assignment, right? Anytime you feel within you that there's more in you, there's more you want to do, then you have to build the capacity. So that's what I focus on, helping you build the capacity for achieving business growth and success. It's a wrap for today. I know. Listen, I shoot straight. If you want to hear the truth, it's available. But one thing I also know is that people's relationship with the truth, it's tied to fear. What are you afraid of? Because if you're afraid and the truth encounters you, it will shine on you. Now you can't hide anymore. Whatever it is you're trying to hide, you can't hide anymore. So even on this journey, the pressure will force you to be vulnerable, right? To show up. That's why my school has a ton of mindset programs, because I anticipate that you will go through a transformational growth for you to be a wealth builder. You will come inside out. All the things inside of you, the pressure of the process will force you to face yourself, face your truth, get your voice back, be unafraid, and courageously pursue. Is the lion in the zoo versus the lion in the wild. Listen, the lion in the wild is unafraid because the lion knows who they are, right? But the lion in the zoo is been trained to be afraid, to be limited, to struggle. Oh, right. So a lot of this transformation, right? My school is a safe place for you to quantum leap, to run through that transformation and to unlearn, learn, relearn, the new skills for wealth creation. And really, it's about your own dreams, right? I can't tell you who you are or who you ought to be, but you, the seed, encoded in you, is your full assignment and who you're supposed to be. The job is, have you nourished that side of you to expand, to show up, right? What's your real personality when you're not afraid, right? Because that's what you can actually sell, right? That's what's believable. That's what we want to see: your truth, your courage, your force, your thoughts, your assertions, your intentions, your bravery to serve other people. It takes courage to serve other people. Maybe that's another topic. Let me wrap this one up. Thank you so much, everyone. I know this is hot, but this time of the year, really, hopefully, as people are trying to reflect, what could I have done better? What would I do better? Hopefully, these things I'm putting out there, you can use it. Hey, your Mex, good to see you. Hopefully, you can use it to process life as well. There's been a lot of work on emotional intelligence, my classes, my courses, because at the end of the day, the truth of who you are, it takes courage to be you. It does take courage to be fully you, fully expressive, to say yes, to say no, to say this is who I am, this is to say this is what I can do for you, to say this is what I've dedicated myself, or this is what I'm dedicating myself to solve in the world. It takes courage to be an entrepreneur. It takes courage to be a business owner. It takes courage. It takes audacity to say, you know what, I can help you. But if you haven't helped yourself, if you haven't done this work inside yourself, you are lacking the capacity to serve yourself and serve other people. It takes courage to serve. And business is excellence in service. And trust me, the world today, we're all in it together. We've been disrupted. We're trying to pick up the pieces. We're trying to figure out this and that. I'm just saying, slow down enough to listen to yourself. Slow down enough to confront the truth of who you are, why you are who you are. And then make certain decisions on who you need to be to do everything you're here to do. What will you do if you're unafraid? Who would you be if you felt safe to present the best of you? You are packing a lot of gifts, talents for the world. Do you have the courage enough to present it to the world? Right? You're very talented, you're very gifted, you have ideas. There are things you can do for your community, there are things you can do for other people. But trust me, when Jesus even says, whoever wants to be greatest among you, let him serve. Service in an authentic way. Hey, listen, requires serious confidence. It's not easy to serve in your most authentic self. Many people attempt to serve simply, that's why you talk about people pleasing, right? Just to make other people happy, on and on. That's not what I'm talking about. If you are acting, if your actions are in conflict with your soul, meaning you're saying yes when you mean no, or you're saying no when you mean that, when you mean yes, there's no alignment at the soul level. It takes courage to say what you mean and mean what you say. And business will put you in so much pressure that side of you, the true, most authentic side of you, will have to come out. Your yes will be your yes, your no will be your no. So if people don't do that work, if you don't do that internal work to discipline yourself, you still continue to do what you're programmed to do. Because everybody has been programmed in a matrix, right? People have imposed expectation of you. This is what's expected of you. Do this in this role that we've put you in. Don't deviate. This is what we expect of you. If you deviate, listen, you feel the wrath of. Anyway, that's another word entirely. But on the journey of self-actualization, you have to advocate for your own voice. Because trust me, that's your life. If you don't advocate for yourself, who is going to advocate for you? If you don't fight to do what God called you here to do, if you don't push back, and if you don't commit, this is what leads to a lot of regrets. Go and sit with a lot of 80, 90-year-old and say, what would they ask them? What would you do? I've done differently. Most of the things they'll tell you is courage. The courage to have done the right thing. The courage to have said no. The courage to have pushed a little bit harder. The courage to have used their time, energy, and resources to pursue what they thought they were here to pursue. And so when people are afraid, when people don't do this work, when people don't take on the courage to bring into life what's inside of you, you don't grow. Because for a seed to grow, a seed will remain a seed, but for a seed to grow and mature, that seed must break itself to reveal what is inside it. When you nurture that seed, you put it in the right soil, you water it, soon enough, it comes seedlings, right? You keep nurturing it, soon enough, trees, fruits, right? The right things, everything inside that seed, you start seeing, the world starts seeing. So everything inside of you, please gain the courage to nurture yourself, care for the people around you, and start nurturing yourself, start maturing, start growing emotionally. Give yourself permission to express yourself, to present yourself, grow, 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 grow. Because again, entrepreneurs need this the most. Because if you're an employee, there's a certain type of growth nobody will challenge you to go through. Let me say that again. Everything I just said, your employer is not going to come to you and say, oh, please grow. We want all of you. Come with, they'll just say, we're paying you to do this. Do it. Here's your pay. Go home. So this journey is about life. Life, your life. What you carry, the impact you're here to make, your contribution to society, that will give you absolute fulfillment. It's worth fighting for. That future is worth investing in. That version of you is worth becoming. And it's not easy. That's why most people don't do it. It's not easy. It's risky. That's why I said your relationship with fear and truth. If you tell yourself the truth, it's not easy. But I hope you will consider it today, that you make a commitment to yourself that you will be you. Not the you that you're making people believe you are, but the you, that between you and God, God knows how fierce you are, how courageous you can be. And oftentimes, God, God does some nudging. He will push you to the edge so that you can fly. You know, the eagle, the eagle will try to, get the birds to fly. They won't fly. So he stirs the nest and kicks them out of the nest. Go fly. You were born to fly. You were born to be courageous. You were born to soar. You were born not to survive, but to thrive above everything right now keeping you down. Right? You were born, so the eagle will say, if I leave these kids here, this little, listen, they will remain limited. They will think they were built to stay in the nest. So there are some disruptions, God will ordain. He will stay in your nest, make you uncomfortable, disrupt you so much, so that your greatness can shine. You see, so that what he put inside you, you put it to work. The parable of the talents. Don't be the one that say, oh, I only have one talent, hide. No, be the one with the 5 talent that trades with it. You see, commerce, your talent is to be traded, invested in, nurtured, and used to serve people. Multiply that talent. You see why I love business and I teach in my school? Because Christians can do this work better. There are spiritual principles baked into the Bible that is tied to serving people with your gifts, and then a laborer is worthy of the wage, right? You'll be rewarded. God bless you all. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to end the mainstream and then we'll go to behind the scenes. I know we always engage in conversations after the mainstream. So reach out if you have questions. Go to toyinumesiri.academy. That's where my workbook classes. Listen, more than 300 resources. Pick me as your teacher. Listen, best in class, world class, the most advanced, sophisticated, comprehensive training for entrepreneurs. That's what we've designed. That's what we're deploying. Because trust me, it's time for you to quantum leap. Let's achieve faster what it took people 5, 10, 15, 20 years to achieve. With the information in my school, you collapse time, you achieve success in a calmer, rested way, less stress, right? So that's what my school promises to deliver to you. Check it out.